Hi everyone, this is Vicky. I'm back with my next project that I'm doing for the Joe Norwood's Saturday Morning Mix, and also uh, Anna White's So in Love February. So those are hashtags um, for their series, and I'm joining in again with little books. So I just wanted to show you a few of these little books that I've made, which is different from the newer one that I'm going to show. But these are this I made like a little photo album, and you can put photos, those little photos in here. And I just made this to try it because I've never made one. And so this has been a couple years that I've done this, and I made it big enough that I could put postcards on here as well. But I just had done this to give to my daughter, and then I didn't finish it. So so that is that one. And then I think I made this one because of the I did the tape type, and some of you have seen this already, that you use tape to bind this type, and I wanted to learn how to do that. So this is my experiment on how to do that, and I made my own tapes also, um, and so it looks kind of vintage. So I really enjoyed making that. This one also is using that tape method, and it's larger as one collection of paper that I like. And so I just I have little pockets here, and I really like this one. It's fun, but I didn't put anything personal. It's just the paper that I liked, and I wanted to keep the memory of the paper because it's so pretty. And I think, I'm not sure, but it might be Melissa Francis here. Let's see who it is. No. I don't remember, and I probably have it somewhere in here, but that's not the point of why I'm showing you this. It's just these little books that I like to make. It's fun, different, and it's just fun to do. So I saw another lady who on YouTube, and this is where I got my inspiration for this little book. It is Ruby and Pearl XO, and that's her YouTube name. And I found that just by the feed from YouTube. So I saw that little book. It's very tiny and very organic looking. So I'll put the link below for her video that inspired me, and then I'd like to show you what I did. So this is a tiny little book, and I really like it. It's only like looks like a 5, or maybe it's 4" by 3". And so the one she made was beautiful, and I just wanted to try it out. So I got some of my fabrics out. This is kind of an eyelet, a large eyelet type of fabric piece. So I just folded it over this, and actually this was already, this part here, this thing with this fabric and this, I had already made it. I do that a lot. I just see things that looks nice together, and then I rolled this sari fabric and made that into, and then it goes around the book and it ties like so. So I had just glued that on here with Fabri-Tac, and then I also added this bow trim that I had in my stash, and so that's what this looks like on the outside. This is just thick cardstock, not real heavy, but, and then I did some faux stitching with the the tracing wheel that Anna uses. This one here. I think this is a good investment. I don't think it costs very much, and you know, you use it and you can make these faux stitching. So I think that's a good idea to have in your stash if you, in case, you know, you don't want to sew and you just want to make little sewing marks. And then I had this also, as I say, I stamp things when I get it. This is Tim Holtz. I think I have 2 of these stamps because these weren't used. I got them at Tuesday morning a long time ago and I haven't used them, but I love them. And I have another one stamp, I think, and then I stamped this out, and I had colored it with different, you know, I oftentimes try different paints, and then I stamp it on there, and then I tear pieces off like this, and I thought that's a good one to put in here. It looks very organic and raw. So I left this open so I can use it as a pocket, and so this is my ideas, just to put things, sewing ideas in here. And so I'm still kind of experimenting. So I want to find my vintage. I have vintage ones that like this because I bought a sewing box, a vintage sewing box with the lady had lots of different kinds of things in it. Now, when I packed up to do the flooring in this room, and it's somewhere, I don't know. I have to find it. So I want to finish it off with some vintage pieces. But this is also a piece of vintage lace that's kind of open weaved, and so I can use it as a pocket here. And then this is, I do a lot of collage, and so I sit and play with papers and tear the papers I've torn. I've used this for my napkin card, so this is a piece of napkin, and it has stitching lines because of the die that I used to cut it out. And so I have a lot of those pieces laying around, and pieces of paper. This is another different kinds of deli paper, and then just scrapbook paper pieces that I've used, and I just save it. This is my wallpaper from my laundry room in my old house that I had. So I had a laundry room, and I had put this paper in there. And this is lace that Sue Crozier gave me, and recently in a Happy Meal, and so I put that here. And you can put all kinds of things like this. I had done this a long time ago. I had a button card, an old button card, and what I did was I had this stuck on here. I collaged different kinds of things, and so I decided to put it on here. So it was already made like that. I just glued it in, and I have a little paper clip that I put it there. Okay, so there's some empty spots I can write on, or I can add on later on. There's another one of my tapes that I handmade using alcohol inks and tape. And then this is book paper that I added on to the book. So it's a little free form inside here, but attached with this tape. And then just added my little tiny flower that I had stuck onto a little piece of netting, I believe. And so I just had a little piece here of lace added to this corner so I could make a little pocket. So I could actually stick something in there, like these little cards that also Sue Crozier gave me. So I could stick this little ticket in here and write something on the back and do that kind of thing. There's another, this is the other side of the page that was folded in half. and placed in here. This is another little piece of paper that Sue backed with a cardstock, and she gave to me. So I stamped on here memories. I'm big into memories. And Big Wish up here, and put a little it looks like a rope type of twine, and pink and some wire that I wrapped up holding it. And on the back I have a little bit of collage that I did using papers that were already kind of done already, and just added it to this one. And so I have that I will find some pretty lace to put this also to make another pocket. And then I have this doesn't belong here. This is a piece of Chanel that I want to use inside here as well, but I'm getting tired. I didn't want to look around for things right now, so I stopped. But this is a long time ago. I used those lace plastic, the plastic laces we got at Dollar Tree. I did at one time. I have a little I keep these little plastic containers that I stick these in, and I play with inks or paint, and I put them on plastic because they're sticky backed, and then I just colored them up. And you see I cut this piece off to fit the paper, and they're little, remember the doilies that we used to have? Well, I painted these up. I did a tutorial on this, or I was playing, actually. I don't know what kind of tutorial that is, but I was just playing with different things. That's what I do with the, I want to do something with these things. And colored them. And then I have a bunch in here that I did. But, so I took a piece of that, and it just adds interest, all these different kinds of things, because people would say, where did you get that? But I like how it looks. The gradient of colors is different, and it just looks like, just something different. And it's fun to do different kinds of things. And then I put some of deli paper behind it to make it a little substance through here, which I'll probably put a little more. It's not sticking, so I'll put a little glue on that to help it stay. And then I have a few more pages, and then I have a button card with some old buttons on here. And to preserve the vintage-ness of it, I just put it on this little book. And then also I put this this long piece of, looks like ribbon, but I put this in here, and I wanted to tie it here because of this old piece of tape that must have gotten on here. And this is the outside wrapping of this roll. I'll show you what it looks like. When I got it, it looked like this, and it was all wrapped up. So I took that outer piece, and I took the wrapping, and I glued it in here. So this is the wrapping of it, the paper, the actual paper, and this is the advertisement of it. So I thought that looked really nice and vintage. And this is actually the little price tag must have been, but it's kind of faded out. So I left it hanging out of the edge. And so this is what it looks like. And I have some more pages here. And this I made previously when I did a bunch of little things. And so I just kind of vintage it, distressed it a little bit. This is holding my old tape measure, and I believe it's from the might be 60s. I'm not sure if this is my mom's or my aunt's, but I have it now. Since my aunt is no longer with us and my mom can't see very well to sew or do any of these things. So I put a little bit of faux stitching, you can see there. And then I also have a little bit of a piece of lace and some of this piece of fabric that I just cut a piece because I thought it looked interesting. Because these are two different wallpapers that I have. These were in my daughter's room in the old house. And then I did do this embossing folder on vellum and then stuck that through in the back here. And on the back I used I forgot what those little cards are called that anyway, I have a bunch of stamps for them, for those little cards. And this says from the art studio of, and I love that one. So I had that stamped out already, and so I thought I'd just stick it on here. And there's some music paper that I put at the bottom because it was a kind of an empty area here. So I just did that. And then I'm putting this in here. And the back page, I did a little collage of dictionary page. And then another one of those tickets from Sue. Thank you, Sue. I didn't say hello to you. But you're not here. Anyway, and a stamped little piece that I had stamped out to see what that was. I guess I just do that and I save those pieces. And then I tear it out and put it all together in a collage. I feel it looks good together. And then there's a little bow lace that I have in my stash that's wrapped around. So that's what that looks like. This is my little book I wanted to share with you guys. And I thought it was going well with Saturday Morning Makes with Jill Norwood. And also Anna Wright, who is doing hashtag Sew in Love February. So thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my little tiny book. And I plan to make a lot more of these because I just love this little size, and I can use them for writing little notes, or might put in some verses that I'd like to say for my own poetry. So yeah, I could make a dozen of these. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will talk to you again in the next video. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.